everybody, and welcome to another edition of A Chapter a Day Keeps the Doctor Away. My name is Alan, otherwise known as Hisui, and I'm from ReverseThieves.com as well as the Speak Easy podcast. And this time I'm looking at Claymore, Chapter 147, The Fleeting Flash of a Sword. And we see, man, it looks like everybody's gonna come together. And Priscilla is dead meat, and anybody who has ever read any kind of shonen manga ever knows, yeah, that's way too easy. So wherein is the rub? And so yeah, we have now powered up Claire, and she's like, yeah, that's all good, but you can only do that so often and for so long. But look at me, I just regenerate. And then we see her get attacked by various claymores and various abyssals, and she'll take nasty hits, but then she'll just insta regen and then do something like grab one abyssal and slam it into another abyssal. And so everyone quickly realizes that, oh, we all thought we were playing a fighting game, but really Priscilla is playing a bullet hell shooter. She is the ship with an even smaller hitbox, which is her head. And we're all beam spamming, throwing out all these bullets of swords and tentacles. And really, it doesn't matter how much of the screen we fill up. All we have to do, is hit her head. But conversely, all she has to do is prevent her head from being hit. And then she could use all of her crazy, Toho spell things and, her own bullets to hit us pretty much anywhere. Dang. So she just has to chip away at us until we die and just avoid getting her head hit on lunatic mode. And she plays lunatic mode all the time. Fudge. And so, yeah, they quickly realize that it doesn't matter how many bullets they spam. She can just definitely woo around them because she just sees where everything is on the board. And they're like, but there was this one time we got a really good hit on her out of nowhere. And it was because the person doing it, their yokai was so light. So, all we have to do is get someone with pretty much no yokai to surprise her. And so we see various people doing their best to hit her. And then, right in back of her is Tabitha, who basically hasn't released any yokai in 7 years. And they're like, oh yeah. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe everyone was like, oh yeah. And she's like, there's someone behind me. That is my guess. But apparently, that is not the answer. Although, that would be funny. Although actually it isn't against the shonen manga to be like, I didn't have to censor. I just had to know that you sensed her and saw you all looking over there. But, if that is the case, she didn't mention it. What she does mention is that, yeah, I noticed her, and she just slices up Tabitha alright, let's put the top of you over there, but the bottom of you, we'll spread out, I don't know, 5 or 6 pieces all over this general vicinity. Have fun with that. Bye. I've got to avoid more bullets. And everybody's like, fudge, that was kind of our trump card. And then, all of a sudden, she's like, alright, time to play for real. And she basically takes out Helen and Genevieve, and I was like, no, Helen and Devin, and the other one, please, no, Helen and Genevieve. Although, they didn't seem as bad as Tabitha with her, chunky salsa bottom. So, but basically Tabitha being taken down and Helen and Genevieve basically at least being out in the fight makes Claire start, going into berserker, half awakened mode, and Priscilla's like, you can't even like fully do that, and now you're even easier to see. Man, this is just sad. Alright, I'm gonna end this. I'm gonna kill you, and then I'll just slowly go by one. And, basically go from easiest to hardest, and just end this. This is boring now. Yawnsville. And she's just waiting for Claire to basically go in a range. Because, like, I'm not gonna rush over there. I'm at a good spot that I don't have to dodge. You'll come to me, I'll kill you. Everything will be good. And then, all of a sudden, Priscilla has a new hole in her trachea by bum 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 Raki. And he's all like, yeah, essentially, you thought you really knew what Isley was about, but he pretty much told me, yeah, all this fancy stuff I'm teaching you, yeah, it's not going to really work. Eventually, Priscilla is a jerk, and if you even get close to hurting her, she's going to totally kick it up a level, because she doesn't really care that much about you. She kind of likes you, but she doesn't like you. She doesn't, I'm going to let you hurt me like you. The minute that you're in danger, she's going to squash you like a bug. So all this training, it's kind of a feint. What you've got to do is you pretty much got to almost die. And then she'll completely forget about you. And that's when that's when you go off her radar. And you've got the first chance to really strike her. Because if she remembers you at all, you're dead. But if you're kind of like, I don't know, a rock on the ground, she isn't particularly tracking that. So that's when you have your chance to strike. And of course, this isn't going to be a killing blow, but it definitely is, one, a cool thing for Raki, and two, probably some kind of clue into how to actually land that, explode your skull and actually kill Priscilla. But, good to see Raki rocking some awesomeness. Fun chapter. Glad to see they're back from a break. Once again, really kind of winding down. I'm kind of wondering how many people are going to survive this. Once again, like if Tabitha gets ganked, I mean, I never disliked Tabitha, but I was never like, no, Tabitha. I vaguely remember you had some neat powers. But Helen and Genevieve, that would be a big loss, but we didn't really see how badly they were hurt. So I'm thinking they could still pull through. Everybody else, like these abyssals, yeah, you guys are just cannon fodder. You're really big, impressive cannon fodder, but you're essentially cannon fodder. And all the other knights, all the other claymores, they could go either way. But I am kind of curious what the ultimate kill count will be on this series. Is this going to be another Northern campaign? Or was that kind of the high point of named character death? I don't know. But I guess we'll find out in the coming months. Unfortunately, this one will be next month. And hopefully that break will give us a really good ending, as the author kind of just methodically plotted out hopefully a really satisfying ending. So probably by the end of the year we'll see how this wraps up. Alright, see you guys next time.